is up, guys? It is Pat here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about some of the players that the Cleveland Browns could have picked in the last couple drafts. Now, I know when it comes to drafting, not every team is perfect, and some players are very good in college and not that good in the NFL. I understand it happens all the time, but it's cool to look back and just to see some of the players that they could have picked. So we're going to start from 2012, and we're going to work our way forward and do the next couple drafts. So, in 2010, at number 7 overall, the Cleveland Browns selected Joe Hayden, who was just released by the Browns, but has had a pretty good career in Cleveland. Now, the players that they could have picked is Earl Thomas, who was selected number 14 by the Seahawks, Jason Pierre-Paul, who was selected number 15, Mike Iupati at 17, Marquise Pouncey at 18, Demaryius Thomas at the 22, or Dez Bryant at 24. Now, their next pick was the number 38th overall, and they selected T.J. Ward, who played on the Browns for a little bit and was actually decent. Then he went to the Broncos and got released, and now he's on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But at number 42, the New England Patriots selected Rob Gronkowski, who could have been a Cleveland Brown. At number 54, the Bengals selected Carlos Dunlap, who could have joined the Cleveland Browns. And at number 55, Sean Lee was selected by the Cowboys. And this is where it's just unfortunate for the Browns. At number 59, they picked Montario Hardesty, who was a running back, and picked right after him by the Seahawks was Golden Tate, who is now on the Lions. And about 22 picks after, they selected Emmanuel Sanders by the Pittsburgh Steelers. At number 85, they picked Colt McCoy, who is no longer on the team, along with many of the other players on this list. At number 87, Eric Decker was picked by the Broncos, and at number 91, Navarro Bowman was picked by the 49ers. And at number 92, Sean Luevo, if I'm pronouncing that right, I'm not sure, was selected 92 overall, and 95th selected was Jimmy Graham by the Saints. So a lot of great players right there that could have suited up for the Cleveland Browns, and now we move on to the 2011 draft. At number 21 overall, the Cleveland Browns selected Phil Taylor, a defensive tackle, and they could have selected Cameron Jordan, who was selected 24th overall, Jimmy Smith selected 27th, Mark Ingram selected 28th, or Muhammad Wilkerson selected 30. Now, they could have selected Andy Dalton, but he has been a below-average quarterback recently, but still a better option than any of the quarterbacks they have. Now, at number 59, they picked Greg Little, a wide receiver, but later on in the draft, at number 71, DeMarco Murray was picked by the Cowboys, and now he didn't do very well in his Eagles days. He was very good on the Cowboys, and is still very good on the Tennessee Titans, and he could have suited up for the Browns instead of Greg Little. Now moving on to 2012, number 3 overall, one of the biggest disappointments in the NFL, Trent Richardson was picked 3rd overall, and they could have picked Tannehill, who was picked 8th overall, or Luke Kuechly at 9. And at number 12, they could have picked Fletcher Cox, the dominant defensive tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles, or David DeCastro, who was picked 24th overall by the Steelers. But instead, 2 picks earlier, they picked the unfortunate Brandon Weeden to be their future quarterback, and at number 37, they picked Mitchell Schwartz, and they had the opportunity to pick Alshon Jeffrey, Doug Martin, or Harrison Smith. Now, a couple sleepers in the draft, they selected John Hughes 87th overall, but they could have selected T.Y. Hilton or Lamar Miller. Now moving on to the next season, 2013, at number 6, they selected Barkimvius Mingo, the outside linebacker at 6th overall, and they could have picked Sheldon Richardson, Kyle Long, Tyler Heifert, or DeAndre Hopkins. And now at number 39, they selected Josh Gordon, who has been suspended for multiple years and I'm not sure is even in the NFL anymore. And the players they could have picked, Kawan Short, Le'Veon Bell, Eddie Lacy, or Travis Kelce. And at number 68, they picked Leon McFadden, and they could have selected Tyrann Mathieu, the defensive back from the Cardinals. Keenan Allen or Jordan Reed were picked later on in the 80s. Now in 2014, the Browns picked Justin Gilbert at 8th overall, who was a dominant quarterback in college but never came out to be anything in the NFL, and was released by the Browns earlier, signed by the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then released after about a week. And who they could have drafted, number 12th overall, Odell Beckham Jr. Imagine if Odell was on the same team for the Browns. How crazy could that be? Along with some of the other players I said, maybe DeAndre Hopkins, they pick him, Ryan Tannehill or something. this Browns team could actually be pretty good. But anyway, at number 13th, Aaron Donald was selected, Ryan Shazier, Zach Martin, and C.J. Mosley. Imagine one of those superstars being on the Browns. And at number 22, the unfortunate truth, the Cleveland Browns select Johnny Manziel. They could have picked Kelvin Benjamin or Teddy Bridgewater. Now, I know Teddy Bridgewater's hurt and is like the backup, kind of. I don't know if he's going to be playing soon, but maybe those injuries don't happen if he's selected by the Browns. Now, at number 35, they select Joel Bitonio, who is a good guard for the Browns, but they could have selected Derek Carr. You gotta be kidding me. Imagine this team. Odell Beckham Jr., Derek Carr, they could have gotten Gronk, DeAndre Hopkins, but instead they get Barkevious Mingo, Johnny Manziel, Justin Gilbert. So a lot of things going wrong for the Cleveland Browns, and sometimes you got to feel bad for them because some of the picks that they made were just absolutely horrendous. And, you know, you got to feel bad for them sometimes, but then again, this is the NFL, and that's just what you get, poor scouting. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this type of video. If you guys want to see more types of videos like this, NFL what-ifs, NFL conspiracy theories, whatever, I'm willing to post them. I enjoy making these videos for you guys. And make sure you guys turn on post notifications if you're new. It helps out a lot. And subscribe, obviously, so you don't miss a future video. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Peace. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.